feel free to start with any questions.
You talked about obviously the 3-point shooting for Wake Forest being, something you guys wanted to watch for, but didn't do too bad yourselves tonight. I guess, and I think you heard you talking about a little bit on the radio, but just your thoughts on the 3-point shooting, especially Taj and what she was able to do.
Yeah, I thought we did a really nice job, especially there in her first half of sharing the basketball, finding the open player, and then stepping up and making them. And that's what we're good at. 25 assists. Really excited to see that. We only had 11 turnovers, and when you look at it, we had 3 of them there in the first 6 possessions of the game. So we kind of took care of things a lot better there, and then had 5 in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's one of the things that I've got to talk to my crew that was out there. Like, we got to take care of the basketball. I mean, it's unacceptable. I don't care who's on the floor. We know what to do. Overall, I was pleased. Our rebounding, we shot the ball so well, but we give them a 7 boards. We allowed them to shoot 52% from the field for the game. It wasn't a great performance defensively, but obviously they're 57% in the third quarter and 64% in the fourth. Just it's not good, but we'll take the win. It was nice to be able to get everybody in there and play. And now we'll go back to work tomorrow, watch some film, and just work on some execution things. Hopefully have a good day of practice on Saturday and come back here on Sunday at 6.
Coach, you just said it wasn't a good defensive performance, but that first half, how pleased were you with that? I mean, you held them to under 20 points in that first half. I think 1 for 4 or 5 from the 3 as well.
Yeah, I thought the first half we actually did a pretty good job defensively. The few breakdowns we had, they scored on us, but we didn't have a bunch of them. And then you've also got to tip your hat to Grace Oliver. She played an outstanding game today. Really shot the ball well. She does a really nice job. She's got great control. She handles the ball well. 9 boards. Can play inside out. Just really, really played well. And I challenged our kids at halftime. I'm like, guys, we might want to try to guard her. But unfortunately, I'm not sure they heard that. And we would leave her and go double her and do things that were just crazy. And she made us pay, and that's one of the things that we're going to have to watch on film because we've got to get better at that. You can't leave the best player open and think they're not going to make shots.
How much has Grace progressed out there? I mean, she had a couple of shots today as well, and then the supporting cast. I mean, everybody that touched the floor tonight got a bucket.
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice to give them the opportunity to get out there and play. I thought Grace did some really nice things, and and she's still learning about shot selection, and she ends up 3 of 7, and she had 2 shots she probably shouldn't have taken. She was off balance; they just weren't good. So when she took the good shot, she goes 3 of 5, and that's the part that I'm trying to get her to understand. That just be patient. It's going to come when you're open. You knock it down. When you're not, make the extra pass, chase it, set a good screen, roll hard. Because we have shot the ball well as a team all year when we take good shots.
Jeff, you'd always have these kind of nights in conference, or haven't. If you got a really good team, you do sometimes. But I guess my question is, like, how do you evaluate it? How do you go back and look at it? How do you approach with your players? I mean, people could look at this and say, it's a write-off, it's easy win, whatever, but it can't be to you guys. How does it work with you?
No, it's not. I mean, we'll sit there and go through, the entire game. And, I'll sit down and I'll look at the minutes, our top 7, top 8 that have been playing a lot in these last few big games, most of our games. And I'll break that down, evaluate that. And then we'll also break down every other minute because I want the rest of them to improve too. That's the one thing I keep challenging everybody with is, obviously everybody wants to play more. It's part of it. But if I get more, and I'm like, okay, when I put you out there, I need to see growth. So then I've got that confidence when it's a 6-point game and we're at Georgia Tech or we're playing Virginia or Florida State, I feel confident to put you out there. But all of a sudden, if you're turning the ball over, you're not rotating the correct way on defense, we're just getting beat off the dribble, I don't care who we're playing. Because I know what they say, well, we're up 30. I go, well, that's even worse. I need you to guard, so what makes you think I'm supposed to believe you're going to do it in a 2-point game? So, yeah, we're going to break it all down, and we'll sit down and show them film. But I did think in the first half we defended well. I thought we did some really nice things. And then, I was trying to get some different players out there, some different combinations. Laura plays 18, Mac plays 18, E plays 16, Taj plays 23. Amari only played 16. So we have kids that are normally playing high 20s and 30s that didn't. So, sure, I look at it, I'm like, we could have done some better things, but you do have to give them credit because their kids made shots.
Jeff, Raina and Taj were in here talking about how they have a competition to see who can get the most assists, or they find little competitions within the competitions. You talked about just the selflessness of this team. How do you get them to buy into that, and how do you see them, even more buying into that now with this success?
Well, I think they like to win. I hope, and that's one of the things I've talked to them all about. Even it's, we don't have the highest rev share NIL pool, and if they all want more money, they can probably go find it. But they like winning, so they know we're going to take care of them. We're going to do the best we can with everything we can from that aspect of it. But you want to go make an extra couple $1,000s and get your brains beat in? Or do you want to have a chance to make a deep run and make a shot to, win a conference championship, however it might be? And I think these kids enjoy winning. And then they also have bought into the fact, because we've had plenty of teams in the past that we've shown them the proof, that as long as we continue to have team success, the individual success will come. It's one of the things I look at is, you look at all the ACC individual standings, leaders in points, leader in this and this. We don't have anybody in the top 25, I don't think. And we're 13-1. But that's also because we've got about, I think, 5 or 6 that are averaging double figures in ACC play. So I always joke and I tell them, you guys are really good players on a really good team. And no matter what, you can look at the team that's 346 in the net, or I think we got 346 teams, whatever it might be. That team may have won 1 game or 0, but there's a leading scorer on that team. Don't mean you ain't good. Just mean you score the most points on the bad team. And that's what I challenge them all with. I mean, you can go score a bunch of points if you want, or do you want to be on a really good team and have an important role on it? And they've all bought into that, and that's what I appreciate about them.
Jeff, at this point in the season, what kind of specific things are you looking for maybe from your top 7 rotation? And, games like this, how has that helped?
Well, I mean, a game like this helps for the fact that you're getting an opportunity to get everybody in the game. I thought our starting 5 and our first 6 or 7, 8 that played in that first half really were focused, really played well and played hard. And that's what I keep challenging them with. It doesn't matter who you play. We have to get better each game. And I thought we did a really nice job there in the first half. I thought we had some great execution. And that's where we've got to keep striving for, is no matter who we play, we have to get better. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you.